I just went in the Coffee Bean and ordered a like a vanilla cold brew thing, and I wanted it with almond coconut milk. And every week, I come here like every week, the same place. Every week they're like, "Ooh, we don't have any almond coconut milk." I'm like, "Do you want me to bring you some next time? Maybe help your business?" Never have almond coconut. I'm like, "Is it every Thursday at like 9:30? You guys just happen to not have almond coconut?" And see some kind of pattern. Voice is gone. So I don't know. I've been so sick this freaking whole year. But there are these the Santa Ana winds that are blowing this detritus or whatever, detritus, I don't know. It's like garbage wind blowing it like directly into Los Angeles, like it needs more, like it needs to be less clean. But yeah, so I think I'm just allergic to breathing at this point. And yeah, if you haven't watched Black Mirror season 3 episode 6, Denise Vlog sent it to me. You should watch it. It's amazing. I don't want to ruin it, but it's kind of in line with yesterday's video. In a crazy way. Deals with hating people anonymously on the internet from the comfort of your own home. Netflix, Black Mirror. Also, Black Mirror is referring to the your phone screen because it's black, and in this world, it's the way we see ourselves. It's like the mirror we see ourselves in more than the other ones now. I try to open up a little bit in my videos recently. You know, I haven't ever done that before because you know, when you say anything that anyone could ever disagree with, you're just gonna crash and burn. But already done that, so it's more of a when I would do lazy vlogs, like one take videos, and I say something that's kind of important that maybe is like a little, could be controversial or edgy. It's hard to phrase yourself in a way. I just got a phone call in the middle of me talking, and when I was doing lazy vlogs, like I would have to start the whole vlog over, but now I can just keep going. It's the best feeling. I have to edit and not just do one take videos unless you're completely brilliant, but that's not me. Yeah, like when I was talking about you know, religion the other day, which is, you know, not a good idea typically. I was talking about religion or Trump or any of that. I wanted to make sure I kind of put my message together, piece it together in a way that I could watch it back and be like, okay, you know, that's how I feel. Rather than just stumble through it in one take and just say blah, 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 and offend everybody. Because that's not what I want to do. I want to, you know, I think it's important for you to think about your thoughts, about your opinions and your beliefs. You know, just think about them sometimes and like look at outside perspectives. It's good for growing. It's important for you to step back and then think, why? Why do I think this? Why do I believe it? Without being afraid that someone is gonna be upset. I used to think, and this is a thing I think most people think, like in a religion, I used to, like I would be like, but why would God do this or whatever? And then I would think, oh God is listening to me think that, and he's gonna be like, oh, you better not second guess me, mother. Or you know, or like my brain would just make me think these like these thoughts that I would be afraid of thinking. But you should not be. That's why you can do that. Don't be afraid to think. Anything God's like, yes, use that brain I gave you, girl. Seriously. I mean, he wants you to think. She or it, I don't know. God would probably be a pretty funny dude. Like when you think about it, he would get the idea that he's like, yeah, I know, I made you and you're a bunch of people and like, you don't know I'm here and I'm not gonna let you know, and it's kind of funny. He would probably think it was fun. He probably gets pretty bored after an infinite amount of time. And when I get bored, I think of things to make myself laugh. I'm just guessing. That is probably freaking funny. I also really doubt you could possibly offend him. Like, because, all right, the people that I respect the most don't get offended by anything because they know that it's like it's up to you to be offended. You don't have to be. Like if somebody says something, even if they want to offend you, you're like, all right. Like if you can be offended, that just means that you haven't thought about who you are and decided to accept yourself, which is a thing that we all have to do at some point. Like you have to, you know, you'll go through your life and you'll be like you don't know what to think or what, and you're figuring your thoughts out and figuring yourself out, and you gotta meditate just to learn to center yourself. But then at some point you're like, this is who I am, this is what I think. Nothing anyone says matters. I mean, it matters, but it's like, you know, it's like you gotta get that dirt off your shoulder. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying. I would imagine God knows who he is, or she, or it, and so he probably just, you know, is pretty comfortable in his skin or lack thereof. You know what I mean? That's Nathan. Life is like this quest, like this World of Warcraft quest, like a long, you know, one of the epic ones for you to find out, just to put it in terms that will only make sense to a very small amount of people. It's like this World of Warcraft quest where you have to, which is not irrelevant, much like myself, where you have to, you know, just figure out what it means to be you. Like, who are you? Like, how did you get this phone number? Like, why are you standing outside my window? No, if there's a person that's trying to like make you feel uncomfortable or like, you know, make you feel judged. If this person is trying to like cut you down for some part of you or make fun of some aspect of you, like they really can't affect you. They can't, unless you let them, and you don't have to. It goes with having self-confidence, which just means confidently be yourself. Like don't doubt yourself. When you do that, that's always the wrong move. Really. Somebody can point something out that maybe makes you think like, oh yeah, maybe that was wrong, or maybe like that was a thought of mine I hadn't really fully fleshed out, and maybe I was thinking that because somebody told me to or whatever. You know, you can change, but you got to listen to yourself in the end, not somebody else. Trust me, I do, like, you know, I'm sensitive, and I think we all are. We all doubt ourselves, and it's nice to be built up by somebody you respect or whatever to validate your feelings. But really, you should validate your feelings because you're the one feeling. You got to listen to you because you're the only you're ever going to be, and you got to tell yourself like it's okay to do that and be yourself. That's what you are. Get it? It's easy to find stuff that other people are doing that you can think is wrong and then point that out to just kind of make yourself feel like you're above them. But they're not you, they're them. They're not you, they're them. So like they can't be like, ooh, this is wrong for you to think. Because that's you have to think it. If your contribution is like helping people discover who to direct negative energy towards, I feel like you're just making the wrong move. It's the wrong way to spend your life. Like, so many better things to do. I've never really picked on anybody though, and I've seen people do it, and you know, some people have a great time. By the way, I didn't specify, that's terrible. You have a great time picking on somebody. It's bad. But in high school, like, I would be friends with, you know, everybody, and I would get picked on. But, you know, if a friend of, like, you know, eventually I became, I don't know, popular in high school somehow, because I just learned how to make jokes about stuff. And then I would start to see the people that used to pick on me sort of start picking on people that were kind of where I was. And then I just kind of got a taste of what it's like to be on the other end of that, where you can cause this like anguish to somebody, and it made me feel gross. And so I, you know, like I did what I could to you know, stop that behavior, you know, in a way I thought would be effective. But when you see somebody picking on somebody, laughing and like looking at you like, you know, stupid idiot, like, you know, like it's hard, because you'd be like, you know, you really shouldn't act like that. Then they're like, oh, you tell me what to do? Then they shut down, and then you can't even get a message across to them. And the message is, don't hate, you know? And it's easy to hate. And it's rewarding in that you're putting somebody down and walking on them, which is gross. Rewarding in a selfish, unfulfilling way. Like you're walking on somebody else and you're a human, you're like, well, this other human is like, I'm walking on them, must mean I'm better than they are. But really that just means that you're willing to like put a human below you, which, you know, that's not good. It's not good for you or them. I think it's good to have grown up very nerdy, not liked by by girls, not popular, and to experience what that's like, to feel how like soul crushing it is, because then kind of in your formative years you realize what you can do to people. But if you grow up like always being popular and attractive, maybe you never really fully understand what you do with the words that you say when you put people down. And nobody deserves it. Nobody deserves to be put down. We don't. Like a jerk, instead of saying hi and just hugging Jack, I'm like,
could I put you in a vlog? What a dick.
What are you doing?
Buying bananas, obviously. Buying groceries.
I got some eggs. All right, that's all. Funny that I see somebody that I know, and my first thought is, how can I put this in a video? Black Mirror. It's like, it's ridiculous. I'm still excited about the idea that I can edit stuff together. That's kind of a, you know, it's a big deal for me. It used to be like I would see someone like, I'm gonna start and go through my whole lazy vlog and just inconvenience this person, which is a much better video. But, you know, this is probably the nicer way to do it. PewDiePie's been posting a lot of videos that kind of outline, or I guess encapsulate, whatever that word means. It sounds cool there. Like what I felt like I was going through, and what I think YouTubers go through, where you have no idea, like you're catapulting yourself into this world that you don't know how to live it. Like it's a totally different life. Like every situation you're in, the people that you talk to, it suddenly changes. In not a good way, and you don't see it coming. It's like you suddenly have this responsibility or expectation to entertain people and to give them what they want. When it started out like finding out what, you know, your heart wanted to say, and then it turns it into this machine that's like you feel guilty about not feeding. But not just that, not just about creating content. It's like you have this, you suddenly have this superpower to like promote something and you know, change somebody's career, you know, change somebody's life, give them a career, or whatever, or destroy it. Like, if you know, you have this like this sort of a weapon, and then whenever you talk to somebody, you want to have like a normal human conversation with another human, and then sometimes they'll just kind of throw in this like, oh, hey, also, can you like tweet this thing real quick? And you're like, ah! And you want to say like, look, you know, I'm sensitive sort of about feeling like I'm being used by everybody in my life, and it's kind of something I'm struggling with, and it's no offense to you, your thing is great, whatever, but you automatically, when somebody asks that, you know, you have that thought of like, why does this person, why are we talking, what, you know, is that why? And I've been asked to promote something, and I turned it down, and then I heard about something like the person said right after I said, you know, I didn't feel comfortable with it, and it was that kind of scarred me, I guess, a little bit. It's like that person that calls you only when they need something, and like, and you feel bad at first because, you know, they call you and you're like, maybe it's like a genuine thing, and then you go through this conversation and you guys laugh and it's a good normal conversation, and they're like, they're asking you questions about like how you are, blah blah blah, and then like they're like, well, yeah, it's been good talking to you. Oh, hey, unrelated, just thought of this, can you do this for me? And you're like, I knew it. Like the whole time you were like, come on, give me some faith in this friendship, and if you don't know what I'm talking about, then you don't know, then great. But if you do, if this is happening to you, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Like, and becoming a person who has something to give, I guess, puts you in that situation a lot more. But you know, you gotta build up your friendships for genuine reasons. And it sucks to even think that this stuff happens. But you know, you see a lot of different types of people when you're in like the position of that you get thrust into by doing the YouTube thing. Because when they say that, you second guess like what the whole intention was for talking to anybody. It's a pretty stressful thing, and it's hard to deal with by yourself because you're busy living this life you don't know how to handle, trying to communicate with other people who are living their lives where they see you the way that you look, which is, you know, you are this person that could help them, or you are, you know, somebody that they suddenly want to. It's such a strange place that we put ourselves in. I think the biggest part is it's easy to be hard on yourself, because you do see a lot of comments of people that are never going to be satisfied with what you do. But like, I guess once you start just doing what you want and like saying what you want when you want, and like if you stop doing whatever it is that you're doing because you have to, so like you'll be okay. Bo Burnham said something in an interview about how he was worried about losing his view counts, or like losing his audience, and then he just kind of stopped doing everything, and then he worked on something that he poured his heart into and loved, and then put it out, and it's exactly what he wanted to make, and you know, they didn't go anywhere. So like, YouTube is this machine you don't have to feed if you're gonna lose your soul. You just gotta like, you know, find out what you really want to say. Don't let people steer you, because why? It's on this path of making content that I normally would make, and not like even giving myself time to think about what I was doing. Like is my heart in this, you know? And then by that time I was like, I realized, you know, sometimes I do feel like, you know, my heart's in it, and sometimes I don't. And then other times I'm like, well, but why? Why am I not just like doing stuff normal? Like I don't go on vacations. And when I go on vacations, like I'm just checking my freaking social, like who am I living for? You know? Me, I'm supposed to be. I don't know. By the way, I went to therapy today. If you ever see me walking around the West Side, I just went to therapy. He's freaking awesome, dude. I wish I could record he's like, he's so funny. He just puts all these ideas that I have together into this like package, and it's freaking, like it's amazing. I mean, I kind of thought, like, I was like, yeah, therapy, like helping me think of my own thoughts. Like, I don't need that, but like, it's kind of cool when you say a bunch of stuff and then somebody says something, they're like, oh my God. Like, that's the point, I think. What, just showed up at a meeting on the day I'm not supposed to show up at the meeting? Well, I'm trying to work on this musical. I love it. I think it's the coolest friggin' musical.
Bless your face. If you sneeze during this video, bless you. Peace off. Outro of darkness and redness and whiteness.